Okay, hello you guys. I am walking to CVS because I'm going to buy some candy. Sorry if the wind is crazy. I don't know what's going on. I didn't think of Austin as a windy city, but I'm by myself. And you guys can keep me company and we'll see if we get anything crazy on this recording. But this is probably the first time I'm doing a recording like this where it's not under like bad issues, basically. It's just me having a moment and wanting to catch up and having an introvert moment because I typically, I'm with friends and stuff, so I can't always do that, but I want to get some candy because I want to have energy because the concert is tonight. I'm going to be seeing Charlie. I'm going to get my bishy. I'm going to be wearing my lesbian biker pants tonight because I don't really have any brat much, but I want to just dress like a lesbian. So I'm going to wear some army camo undies with my tight lesbian biker shorts, and I'm going to let my camo undies show a little bit because I'm going to be a little batty when I'm at the show. But anyways, so I want to talk about it because honestly, I think I'm at like a little bit of a juncture in terms of my activism and just in terms of my life to a certain extent. I don't know where exactly to put this stuff, but again, I think it does technically go in the health category just because, again, what I'm thinking about is different, I think how I think about things is different. I'm reaching like a different era. Or as the British would say, a different era, but I'm getting into a different era, and it's just weird because a lot of times when I talk on here, I usually talk about a lot of things that happened the year before. It's just something that I typically do. I typically shift things around the spring or towards the summer. No, I'm just kidding. And we're kind of getting there, and so I feel like I need to cross the street. A little sketched out. Sorry if you guys know anything about Austin, I'm kind of sad that I don't think Anna O'Brien is here. I wanted to see her. I'm really mad. That makes me mad. But anyways, so I was just like, I'm thinking about things and I'm like, okay, I've definitely reached a different point in my life in terms of like my health and just the overall reality of everything. And I feel like I have to adjust how I talk about this. I think for so long, when I was talking about things, I was so I guess serious and heavy, literally and figuratively. And I told you guys a lot, and I did talk a bit about it with my members, but I'm going to talk about it just in general. Like, it's hard to kind of shift how you talk about your weight loss as things have become more typical, even boring in some regards, as it's not anything crazy anymore, It's just like basic weight loss stuff. Okay, I'm gonna cross the street and take a rest of my life. We're going. Okay. And I think for me, it's like I have been low-key, not like hardcore partying. Like, I'm not that type of girly pop. But I have been drinking a little bit. Like, I've been having like a drink every night. And like staying up late, going out. Like, we went to like a comedy club last night. We were out till like 12:40. And I'm not used to not struggling. When I was younger, I was fatter. So I had a lot of problems. And it was hard for me to do certain things. I think too, I was just so deathly introverted, deathly shy too, that it was hard for me to do things and be adventurous at all and these types of things. And it's like, I'm kind of shocked at how easy it is for me to keep up and bump that and, stuff like that. It's like, I wanted to go to get some candy before the comedy show, and I had to hurry because Lisa was getting upset because me and Eric were going to be a little bit late. Sorry, I'm kind of like itching my throat. It's still super allergy. But we were going to like be a little bit late kind of. And so I wanted some candy, and I like was able to kind of rush to CVS, the same one that I'm going to right now. And it's just weird because it's like, I couldn't do that before. I would have been dying. Like, I was able to like scale the street, and obviously Eric can keep up and stuff, and we were going really fast. And I was joking about it, and Eric was like, oh my gosh, like, because I was doing the Anna O'Brien shuffle. And he was like, you're going to get your bagel, don't worry, and like all this stuff. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And, it was just really extra. And Eric was like telling Lisa, he's like, you're stressing him out. He's doing the Anna O'Brien the whole way, but the point is, I could shuffle. I could rush. Like, I was in a video game. It was a little bit rainy last night too. And I felt like I was dodging all the rain. I felt like I was in that, I don't know if you guys ever remember that video game Heavy Rain, where the dad like loses his kid. I was able to keep that pace. And I was like, wow, like I'm able to keep oh my gosh, my kid is missing pace, for quite a while. And I was fine and not even really winded or anything. And it's like, again, like after the comedy show, it was like 12:40 a.m. and I'm like, okay, let's keep going till like 4 a.m, because I didn't care. I was bumping that. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't. But I was bumping that sugar, I guess. And that's enough for me to be fake extroverted. So I was like, okay, period. Let's be fake extroverted together. And, well, actually, my friends are actually extroverted, but I was being fake extroverted. By the way, every time I look at the gutters, I think of Pennywise. I'm just kidding. Kidding, but not. So I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I am in a really different physical reality now. And I think, too, obviously with the concert coming, there's such a, there is a reflection on my bra era and, on small fat. And Lisa's getting into that era herself, her demure era, her short and sweet. She called it small and fat, which I think is funny. And I told her, a lot of what happens in that era is very health-based, Everything is kind of, determined by your health improves dramatically. But that's kind of when it happens. It's like you put the work in during that time, really the whole time, but you still work to get the health during that time, and then it happens. And now I'm in the mids, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am genuinely healthier. And I don't know what to do. There's a lot of potential here, So it's really interesting to think about and to consider, because like I said, I remember when I was younger, I could never keep up like this. And I totally can now. Like I said, I might need to bump that sugar a little bit to keep going, but I'm fine. And I haven't had to be as strict. I just don't think I'm anywhere near as hypo as I used to be. And I guess I have a lot to think about. So I don't know what I'm going to do, Let me try to get out of his way. I don't know what he's going to do. anyways, yeah, I just don't know what I'm going to do in terms of, excuse me, in terms of the potentials of it. And I think too, obviously I think about it because I am an activist and I talk about these things, and it's like I do have to kind of talk about this past year a lot in the coming year, and I'm like, it was really weird. And I'm like, I don't know what I want to say, because usually a lot of times I've talked about things that are super distant past, and it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just, I'm in a new era, and I have to think about how I'm going to be talking about this next era. Sorry about the construction. For those of y'all who have been to Austin, y'all know it's so loud here, period. Yeah, I think it's just stuff that I have to think about, consider, and again, like, I don't know. I think there is still a part of me that's like, oh my God, I've fallen so far behind, blah, blah, blah. But it is just honestly weird to me to be at a place where, like, the biggest limits I have are financial, which I know for a lot of people, they'd be like, what do you mean? That's so normal. But there was a time where it didn't matter how much money I had, I couldn't do things. And it's different now. So I guess that's kind of what I'm dealing with, figuring out. I still look a little busted. I do look like I've been living hard. I haven't actually been living that hard, but I do look tired and stuff, but I'm fine with it, because I was so bored, honestly, like the past few months, you know? So I'm really enjoying this. But like I said, I just think I have to start considering things, and I need to make some plans. And I also need to figure out how I'm going to talk about this time where I got to here. You know, 2024 was a very pivotal year of my life, and an extremely, like, the way it began was so different from the way that it ended. And so I need to figure out how to talk about it activistically, and what I am going to say and what I'm not. Because, again, it's not my whole life anymore. And that's also strange, you know? So I feel like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Those are my thoughts. I don't know I don't know how to think about the future. You know, I think I'm understanding in the moment. I'm a little bit in between eras, as the British would say. But I'm still figuring out where I'm headed. So that's honestly what I'm thinking about. And yeah, it's crazy to be in a totally new physical reality, I think. It's a little jarring. I think that there's more social things to come, you know, throughout the rest of the mids. And again, I'm sure I'm putting on some weight on this trip, but it's interesting to think about what comes next. Because after this trip, I don't have anything planned, at least not for now. So I have to see what I'm going to do, basically. And yeah, I see things changing a lot. Like, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of fitnessy stuff this summer. So, because it's like, I don't know. Why not? But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I hope you appreciated this. I wanted to keep y'all posted. And I don't know if I can film anything today. So I figured that this would be better than nothing. But I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.